Greetings, Modern Day Mystic Chick here with your weekly intention and a meditation to help you attain it. This week we are finding the blessing, locating the blessing, determining the blessing in all situations. So really joyful situations, it's easy and you're like, wow, I'm so blessed that that person's in my life or that this happened to me. But in the harder stuff, it's hard to see the blessing right away. So on Thanksgiving Day, I had an epiphany. I just lost my dog about a week ago, and I'm really struggling. He was 14 and just an amazing guy, and so I'm going through the mourning process and I'm processing, and it's rough. I couldn't find the blessing at first, and then on Thanksgiving morning I was teaching class and I realized it. I had been beating myself up over a couple of things in life. One was my dog before him. He was an incredible dog, but one night I was jamming out to work and he ran out of the garage. And I never knew if maybe he had stopped the beam and the garage door opened up again, or if I didn't push it all the way. He got hit by a car. And the blame and the guilt and the pain from that has plagued me ever since it happened. Number two, my mother and I were very, very close. And she was my world. And in her older years, I took care of her. And if there was a Daughter of the Year contest, I would definitely be in the top 3, and I might even win. Except, once she passed, what I focused on, which is a terrible idea, was all the times I wasn't perfect. And all the times I wasn't exemplary in my behavior. So sometimes I'd lose my patience. We were in Trader Joe's and she'd be writing a check for like 8 minutes and there's like 15 people behind us. And I said, "Do you want me to just do that for you?" And she said no. And I've always thought about how I must have embarrassed her in front of the checker. And yeah, she wrote checks still and people didn't use checks, but I could have just shut my mouth. And sometimes she'd repeat herself. She was 85. And I would say, "Oh, you already told me that story." So these are not deep crimes, but there are times when I could have done better. And I really pride myself on doing a complete and a great and a exemplary job in all things. So I've had guilt since 2012 on that one. And on Thanksgiving morning, I was obviously thinking about my baby, and it had only been about 5 days. And I realized that I did an awesome job with this dog. And I never lost my temper. And when he turned into a senior guy, we built ramps and we got rugs all over the house and we did everything to make his life easier. And so I realized that I learned from my mistakes and I got better at something. And it released the guilt that I had about the other 2 situations. So there was the blessing right there. Hard to see at first, but it came to me because I kept looking. So you know the people in your life that are the hard ones are your biggest teachers. So they're giving you blessings like making it rain at a strip club. So if you can keep your cool and keep your love and keep your compassion and stay out of judgment with those people, man, oh man, you're on the road to evolution, to enlightenment, discovering, seeking, determining the blessing in all situations can set you free. Modern Day Mystic Chick here with your weekly intention and meditation. Finding the blessing in all situations. taking your hands in front of your third eye, I would like you to cultivate the ability to see the blessing sooner in all situations. So grand vision, where the ego doesn't block, go into defense, and the intuitive side of you shuts down, and you just can't see what you need from this situation. To the throat chakra, I want to open your ears so broadly that you hear the blessing immediately. And your desire, your habit, your go-to back to anger, defense, righteousness, and so forth gets absolutely quelled by this canine hearing that can hear the faintest breath of blessing to the heart chakra. Go ahead and load that list, that easy list of blessings, as you feverishly handwrite name after place, after experience, after day, night, month, year, of all the incredible blessings. It's pouring out of you so swiftly your hand can't keep up as you fill page after page after page of blessings. Moving to your belly. Again, if we know what blessing feels like, then we know how to extract it from every situation. Feel some blessing. To the sacral, I infuse my second chakra with this lavender to heal, with this peppermint to be clear and strong, with this chamomile to be soft. Moving finally to the root chakra. Silver linings are so bright to you, it's hard to see the cloud. The bright side is where we live, and the dark side is where we visit. Transporting yourself to your sacred space. Blessings abound here. Invite your spirit animals and invite your guides, angels, in. And maybe amongst them are these souls that are no longer in embodiment here. And they take your hand. And offer you to live in the light. And visit the dark. For the darkness holds blessings. And contrast. And allows us to have gratitude for the light, as the light allows us to have gratitude for the dark. Coming back to your sacred space. Counting the blessings that surround you there. Taking the wisdom with you. Bidding farewell, merry meet and merry part. And merry meet again and again and again. Shall we? Yes. Hands to your heart. Noticing, deep breath, the blessing. Recognizing, deep breath, the blessing. You are, deep breath, the blessing. My light to your light. Namaste.